with the Scoop podcast powered by the Roof Gallery.
All right, Tony from the Roof Nurse. First of all, love the brand. Tell me the story about the branding. How did you come up with the name? Story behind the company.
We were at a conference. We were originally under my initials, ADS, construction. Somebody told me just the other day, you're not supposed to have anything other than roofing in your name. So, okay. We were at a
This
conference.
is so much better than ADS Construction. Comment below if you agree. ADS Construction versus Roof Nurse. If I see two next to each other, I'm clicking on this one, and I absolutely don't care about this one. So good choice, smart move.
That was my wife's decision, and I applaud her for it. We were at a conference. The guy says, I've seen roof, other medical terms used, roof doctor, roof medic, so on and so forth. Never seen a roof nurse. You have now. That's us.
Love it. What did you do before?
I've been in the industry for about 18 years. I worked at Lowe's for a long time, selling contractor sales, dealt with lots of folks. And then somebody decided that they wanted me to come work for them in a roofing company. And I ran their steep slope division for about 4 years. We had a good time, but we parted ways. I went with another big contractor, and they closed due to death. And so I decided that it was time for me to do it for myself. I wasn't, if not now, when?
Love it. Let's talk about safety. Roofing is a very dangerous trade. What do you do for safety? What do you do to protect your roofers, your employees, people in your company, yourself?
Well, as far as my roofers go, steep slope stuff, I've got pictures in my pocket from yesterday where we were doing a 12-12. They're all roped off. They have to be. If you don't, it's foolish. We have training that we go through. It's one of those things that if you see somebody fall, you know how bad it can be. I saw somebody fall, and I wanted to call an ambulance for me. And this kid jumped back up. It wasn't a steep roof, and he fell off of it, stepped on a piece of OSB that was laying on the decking, and it came out from under him, and he fell. And like I say, he was back on the roof in 5 minutes. If it had been somebody else, if it had been somebody older like me, it would have been the end. It would have been a hospital trip.
But what do you do if your crew says, well, we're fine, we're safe, we don't, ropes slows us down, we don't need it? Does it happen?
It does. You know that. On a 412 pitch, you have to be careful, but ropes are a trip hazard a lot of times. You've got ropes, you've got your lines running up there from all your guns.
So you think we're better off without ropes on 412?
Yes. In some instances, yes. If you've got a crew that knows what they're doing and is competent, then yes. Because it's just like walking on flat ground almost. But then if you've got somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, they don't need to be on the roof. If it gets over about an 8, you don't see my big butt up on the roof. I'm sorry. I'll get up there and look around a little bit, but I don't stay. It's just the way
Got it. Can you describe the process of providing roofing estimates and keeping transparency in it?
Sure. We start out with a set price of a per square price that in our quote, we tell people, if it's not walkable, then we're going to charge more. If it's 2 stories, we're going to charge more. If it has more than one layer, we're going to charge more. Otherwise, this is your price. And we lay everything out, sumo quote. They get pictures, they get descriptions. They know what's happening before they say yes. There's no just sign here and we'll take care of it. Oh, yeah. I even put how much I'm going to charge for wood if there is wood. A lot of people don't do that. They'll say, oh, well, you needed 30 sheets of plywood and it's $125 a sheet. And, 2 years ago, $125 a sheet was a bargain. Now then, you're getting ripped off. I let everybody know what's going to be
ahead of
happening
time.
as we go.
Communication is the key. Love it. Can you share a customer testimonial after their experience with you? I want to hear the story. Why did they pick you? What did they say after? How did they find a job? The whole customer journey.
Okay. I had a customer that we did last week that we started out, we saw his, it was about 60 miles away from the house. He was on Thumbtack. Would you like to look at this? We said, sure. And I called him. I went up there and looked at his house. He had a tree laying on his house. He got the tree taken out. He wanted some things done. And we talked to him about it. And I gave him his quote, gave him what was going on with it. Didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks. And I'd called him a couple of times. He said, I need to get a couple of estimates. I said, okay. I called him again. I said, have you done anything yet? And he said, well, no. And then 3 days later, he said, when can you start? He called me and said, when can you start? And then from that point till finish, we went up there, we got our catch-all set up. We looked over the yard. We showed him what was going to happen. And he said, I can't believe how you're taking care of me and how you're telling me what's going on. And the advice that I was telling him about what to do with the other trades that he was going to have as we were going on. I've got the text in my pocket. I'd love to show it to you a little later. He was very, very happy.
Love it. What was your experience look like today at Roof Gallery? Describe it. Your feeling. For such a small space, they have so much packed in. I mean, it's truly amazing. I didn't know what to expect when I came in here, and I was really, really impressed with what they've got. Love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.